Troubleshooting non-touchscreen podiums. Professor Maeda is very grumpy today as he calls media services telling them that his laptop is not projecting on the screen. Zach, being the good media services tech that he is, has come to the rescue. Usually for some of these troubleshooting things, it's a cable that's unplugged or that's loose, or the professor didn't plug in his laptop correctly. So Zach's first line of defense is checking to see that everything is plugged in, the lens cap is off the dot cam, the professor's laptop, the VGA is plugged, the mini audio cable is plugged in correctly. Once Zach checks the cabling, he's going to want to check to see that the power on everything inside the podium is on. If he opens up the door, he can see the Blu-ray's on, the switcher, everything seems to be on. So last but not least, Zach wants to check the black box on top. We call it the media link box. Picture mute should not be on. Freeze should not be on. Now, the most important thing is the source. What source does the professor want to project onto the screen? Is it the PC? That's the computer inside the podium. Is it the dot cam? That's the thing that he just took the lens off of. Is it the laptop? It is. And look, Zach fixed the problem. Now, if Zach hadn't fixed the problem, last-ditch effort would be to unplug the power to the podium from the wall. Now, before doing that, you want to ask grumpy Professor Maeda, do you have everything saved on your laptop that you need to save? Because when I unplug it, it's going to erase everything. So once Professor Maeda gives the approval, Zach can unplug the podium and plug it back in. This will recycle every piece of equipment that's associated with the podium. If that doesn't work, Zach is going to offer grumpy Professor Maeda to go get a projector on a cart just for a temporary time, like the day, and he can plug in the laptop to the projector on the cart and get on with his class. Look, grumpy Professor Maeda is no longer grumpy. In the case that Zach has to run back to Media Services Equipment Room to get a projector on a cart, this is the proper way to set it up in the classroom. Zach will want to make sure that the VGA cable from the projector is connected to Professor Maeda's laptop. He'll also want to make sure that the audio cable is plugged into the headphone jack of the laptop. And the power, Zach can plug in anywhere, but usually the closest spot is the front of the room. Lastly, when bringing a projector on a cart, Zach will want to leave a note or a sign that says to the next professor, due to the fact that the podium is not working, please use the provided projector on a cart for the rest of the day. Now we're going to troubleshoot a touchscreen podium. The only difference between the touchscreen podium and the non-touchscreen is the way you pick the resource that needs to be projected. So after Zach comes in, checks that all the cables are plugged into the right slots, opens up the podium and makes sure that power is to every unit inside, he'll want to check the professor's laptop to make sure the VGA or HDMI cable is plugged in correctly. Zach is going to look on the touchscreen and select the icon that he wants to project onto the screen. If Professor Maeda wants to project the PC, Zach's going to pick the PC icon. If he wants to project the dot cam, Zach's going to pick the dot cam icon. If he wants to project his laptop, Zach's going to pick the laptop icon. Notice also that Zach has the option of turning the volume up and down from the touchscreen. This confuses some professors, especially Professor Maeda. However, with the volume set midway, 50%, the professor should have a good level of adjustment on his own laptop. Again, if that doesn't work, Zach is simply going to unplug the entire podium from the wall socket and plug it back in. You'll want to ask the professor that he saved all of his stuff during the reboot so he doesn't lose anything. If that doesn't work, again, Zach is going to go to the Media Services Equipment Room, grab a projector on a cart, and set it up in the middle of the room. He's going to make sure that the VGA cable is plugged from the projector directly to the laptop. And he's also going to put a sign that says, Due to the fact that the podium's not working right now, please use the projector on the cart for the rest of the day.